Well, it was a big week for Apple last week. Last Wednesday morning, they announced a bunch of new products, and we've looked at a lot of them already. You can see our reviews and stories about those all across the site. Green iPhone 13s. 13s at green. Some people love the colour. The brand new iPhone SE, value. Cheapest iPhone ever, $719. And the iPad Air, the 2022 model iPad Air, starting at $929 now with the Apple M1 silicon in it. So that has the power of the Mac Mini, the MacBooks. That's a powerful iPad. But there was something else. In fact, a couple of other things. That's right, the new Mac Studio and Studio displays. Let's unbox them, take a look, and see what it is you want to know. Actually, there was more than just the Mac Studio on the displays. There was these too. This is a Magic Keyboard, Magic Trackpad, and Magic Mouse with the darker shade of colour. But they're no good without a computer, so let's start with what I assume is the Mac Studio. Nice big box, and if you are buying in store, carry handle as well. Oh, it's got some weight to it. I'll tell you that right now, some real heft. Oh, yeah, look, they've done this again. They did it with the iMac. They created these very interesting mechanisms of cardboard. Now, oh, my Lord, this thing is heavy. And I should say, I'll get the power cable out while I'm there. That's everything in the box. I'm not sure, yes, this will tell me. I believe what I have here is the 20-core Mac Studio with M1 Ultra. Bah, that's pretty insane. Well, there it is from the front. Very simplistic from the front, two USB, or in this case, Thunderbolt ports, and an SD card reader, and around the back, my God, this thing's heavy. A whole stack of ports. I mean, you're not meant to call this a Pro device because it's not the Mac Pro. But I don't know who's not going to be getting what they need from the Mac Studio, especially with the M1 Ultra. All right, I've just done the numbers on what's actually in this device. Whew, I'm sweating to think about it. But we're talking about here the Mac Studio with M1 Ultra, 20-core CPU, 64-core GPU, 32-core neural engine, 128 gig of unified memory, and a 2 terabyte hard drive. This singular box on its own, just that box and that cable, $9,399. I will treat you with care. But it's potentially capable of processing power that I've simply never seen before. Certainly not in the PCs that I've used or own. So, what do we pair it with? Well, we've got the keyboard. We'll get to that maybe last. We've got two Studio displays. Let's have a look at both of them. This is absolute kid in a candy store style stuff. So, from the look of it, what we have here is the 27-inch display on a tilt stand. So, you can see on the side, tilt. I suspect what we have here is and that's $24.99. I don't know if it's got the Nanocoating, that's an extra few hundred. I probably don't need to rip this box. I think I might have made a fundamental error there. Oh my goodness me. All right, so this one has height and tilt. Let me tidy up and get started. So many boxes! Just like an iPhone, peel it off. Upside down, upside down. So let's gently lift that out of there. Let's find the power cord, which is zero plastic packaged. Trying to remove it without ripping anything, because Reboxing is fun. Of course, there is no power cord. It's all Thunderbolt. There's also no power button on the studio display because it assumes that if the computer's on, you want it on. Turns on. So, no power cord. What stickers do you get? Ooh, black Apple stickers. Do you think they'll notice if I don't send those back? Shh. What are you going to know? We'll remove this beauty. Oh, hang on. Is there a power cord? Maybe I was wrong. There is a power cord. There is a standard power cord. It's the power button that you don't get. Again, trying to do this without completely destroying the packaging, but I think I'm going to have to. So the power cord is wrapped around the back here in another cardboard box of its own. Oh, that pulls out just, and then allows you to do that. All right, very nifty. Power cord out. All right, power cord and protective cover. And another protective cover. I ripped it. I don't put these back on anyway, but still. It's always nice to try and keep everything intact. That's very much not intact. All right, one down, one to go. All right, gorgeous. So fully black, no obvious bezel until you turn it on. And up here, one of the keys to the whole device. That's your camera that is powered by an A13 Bionic chip. Remarkable that a monitor would have a smartphone chip in it. Very different. Another whole box up here. Whoops, something's gone. And then this box here is covering, and I can't not rip it. It's double-sided. So it's two pieces. Just pure cardboard, bit of weight to it too, a couple of grams there. Pure cardboard that covers up that mounting system. All right, so here's what we have. Two Mac Studio displays, one of which is height adjustable. Is it worth the $400 odd? Probably yes. Worth it, but something I would probably want for, I think. But you can see there the standard one at the standard height has a perfect clearance over and above the Mac. So the standard one won't knock on it if you want the Studio to be sitting under it like that. Very nice. Let me get some power and go to the next step. Just a little tip there. Both of these devices had never been paired with these before. I just put the USB-C to Lightning connector into the keyboard and then into the mouse, and it paired them. Kind of like the way a Apple Pencil pairs with the iPads, the one that plug in anyway. This, I'm loving the mechanism, I won't lie. I mean, look at that mechanism. Look at it. It's just so Apple. No one else would do this. Everyone else just makes it go up or down, and you know, it's hardly elegant. But no, Apple, we're gonna go all out on this. The range of height is, what's that? Maybe 6-7 centimeters. And then of course you've got a solid, what do you reckon that's going to be? About 20 degrees tilt and maybe minus 2 or 3 degrees tilt. But regardless. It's a gorgeous look. It's an expensive look. So we're talking about $9,000 there, a couple of thousand here, a couple of thousand here. And I can tell you just by staring at these this close, this one has the nano texture coating because I'm not going to say it's a matte, but I can see less reflection. Now, there's a lot of light here in the studio, and I'm seeing less reflection. Now, it's probably, I think it is obvious in what you're seeing there. See how the reflection of my shirt on here, and look at it on there. So that's actually a really good display of the nano coating. No nano coating with nano coating. And that reflection of my shirt, let alone the reflection of light, is actually a really, really good thing. So I would always opt for the nano coating, whether it's on, well, it used to be on an iMac, or whether it's on the studio display. And I don't think, let me just look away, I really don't think you get a negative impact on the screen display, the display you're actually looking at there. I'm going to pump these displays up to full brightness, and yeah, it's pretty nice. So that there is being reflected on the light. I'm going to try and point this so you can see there. So see this white patch here? That's one of my studio lights, and you can just see it appearing there. See how it's diffused, desperately diffused across this pink, whereas on this one, it's almost a exact angular representation of the light itself. That's a really good demonstration of the nano coating and why I would definitely choose the nano coating. Hey, if you got 15 grand, this is the setup for you. Now, my question is, what do you want to know? What do you want to see from this Mac? Because I'm in the middle of editing a 20-minute video project. I'm definitely going to put that on here and see what the render time is. But I don't know how much more you can push it as an individual. I'm not making Hollywood movies, but I will do a fun Geekbench. We'll see what it runs at. But I'm not sure that's a representation of where we really are. Anyway, let me know what you think. Let me know what you're looking for. Full details on the website.